This is Scout. He's less than a year old. He's a little Maltese mix. I'm not sure which. He's pretty fractious. He's very cute. He's been allowed to get away with a considerable amount throughout his life. And as a result, he's got some issues with handling. Well, I go on about handling all the time. I go on about handling young dogs, and I go on about handling old dogs, and I go on about teaching dogs that it's not appropriate to fight when a human puts their hands on them. Good boy. I know you're very cute. Scout and I have had a couple of conflicts of interest. He wants to bite me, and I don't want him to bite me, so we've had a couple of issues regarding handling. And as a result, I've discovered that he's got a couple of articles of sensitivity, and one is his feet. So basically, the problem with these little dogs is when they go to get groomed, their heads are so close to their paws that they really present a risk for hand bites. Part of the problem is because, you know, they're cute and they're small, and people take their smallness for fragility, and it's just simply not so. These guys can be accomplished killers of vermin, and he's got a pretty good set of jaws on him. So what we want to start doing right away, because this is a dog who's going to be groomed throughout his life, is to teach him that handling is going to occur whether he wants it or not. As you can see, he's fidgeting quite a bit. I have him sitting beside me, and I have a grip of his collar, and I'm pinching a little bit between the cheek and gum on the right-hand side with my right hand, as I very deliberately press every single toe on this dog's paw. You can see him struggling, and I'm not putting any undue pressure on him. I'm not twisting or yanking or jerking, but basically what's happening is, what I'm teaching is, the inevitability dictates that you stop struggling, and then I let go. When he stops struggling, I will let go. But as long as he continues to struggle, I'm going to continue to replace him in the position I left him in, and I'm going to handle every single toe until he stops. Good. Once he stops, I'm going to let him go. Okay. And then we're going to switch hands, and we're going to do it over. So he's over there looking at his housemate, an older dog named Jack. He's quite a nice fellow. Doesn't have any near the hang-ups that this guy does. Good. Now, when I roll this joint, he's got a little bit of a chondroplastic dwarfism going on, and if I roll this joint, it can pop. So you have to be very, very careful with these small guys, because most of the time, a lot of these mixed breed dogs have a little bit of dwarfism going on, and essentially what that means is there's a little bit of malformation in the joints. So you have to be very careful, and that goes for his groomer too. It could be one of the reasons why he has such a hard time with being groomed, is because he's in discomfort. So the first thing that we have to do is teach. We're not going to cause you discomfort. Good boy. But by the same token, while I protect you from being hurt, you don't have the right to put your mouth on me. Good boy. And again, same rules. I'm not going to let him go until he stops struggling. That means yanking his head around, yanking his feet around. Good. Because all I'm doing is just holding and pressing very gently on every toe. Good. And good. There we go. Now with the hind legs on these small dogs, it's equally important. Stand. I got a hold of the crown jewels there, son. You don't want to be giving me a hard time. Especially with these little dogs, because again, genetics plays a role in growth and development. And basically, small breed dogs have a tendency to have really bad knees. So again, it's important to preserve that. If he has issues with his knees, we want to make sure that we protect him from being injured. Good, good. He's a little bit more solid about having his hind legs handled than he is about having his front legs handled. Head up. In my hand, reach between his hind legs, pick up the right hind foot so his body is resting on my wrist, and his right hind foot is in my left hand. And I simply put pressure on every toe. I wait until he stops struggling, and then I let the foot down. Good boy. Very nice. Good job. Good boy. Now at this point, you can pay him off. Give him a little bit of something, something. He's not real happy with me right now, but I'm going to offer him a little treat anyways. Good boy. A little bit of something to help make the peace. Good job. Very nice. Okay. And then we repeat the whole thing. We start with the head. We cover the eyes, lift the mouth, check the teeth. He's so fuzzy you can hardly see them. Rawr. Good. Check the ears. Give him a bit of a wet willy, which he doesn't like. And these guys, these little hairy breeds, if you look at the anatomy of the ear, it's pretty hairy in there. And that has to be pulled. So they have a bit of a sensitivity to that, you know, because it is uncomfortable after a while. So I want to kind of desensitize that, make him realize that not everybody's out to pull his ear hairs. Good boy. Check the other one. Anytime you have poodle, you're going to have that. Good boy. And then down the legs we go. Left paw, left hand. Good, good. Nope. Good. Nope. Good. Good. Right paw, right hand. Again, I want to be careful not to roll it because I can feel it's kind of like when you crack your knuckles. If I hold that wrist in a certain way, it pops in my hand, and I can't imagine that's comfortable. Good. Stand. Left hand, hind left leg towards the body. Good. Now I'm going to insert my hand in between his hind legs, raise the right foot towards his body, put pressure on every toe. Good boy! Nicely done. Very good. Yes. Good boy. He's like, oh, it's you. I don't like you. You were mean to me. You made me do horrible things like walk on a leash and not pull and ignore my brother. Okay. Good job. Very good.